Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I'm going over the weekly predictions for April, starting with April 1st through the 7th. And we have a jam-packed week ahead. We're starting with the full moon on April 1st, which is April Fool's Day. So we are going to go over the aspects of what we can expect happening week by week. But the first week, what I do is I'm going to be looking at the moon. The moon is the planet that moves the quickest, and the moon does predict what's going on in the world in terms of the public, the masses, the people. That's what the moon represents. The emotions, the feelings that everyone has. So this will be reflective of what's happening worldwide for all of us in terms of where the planets are. And I'm also always making it relative to where the moon is. So in your comment section down below, I love it when you guys tell me where you are around the world. And another thing is, before I get going, I want to remind everyone, if you would like to know how all of these planets affect you personally, then you're going to want to get my Galactic Planner. The planner does just that. It takes all of these planets where they are daily and puts it in your own personal birth chart. So if you want to know how this is going to affect you personally, I strongly suggest you try the Galactic Planner. Go to galacticplanner.com. So let's get going and let's talk about the first day of April, which is going to be a Wednesday. So this is Wednesday, April 1st, and we have the full moon. The moon is full in the sign of Virgo, and it is in the nakshatra called Hasta. Hasta is the hand. Hasta is to grasp and hold on to things. It is a powerful nakshatra for the moon to be in, since Hasta is ruled by the moon. So looking at the sun being in Pisces, remember I do sidereal Vedic astrology, the sun in Pisces during this time makes for things to be a little softer. But Pisces and Virgo, it does deal with it can deal with people being a little bit more critical and being more of a victim. People have their issues and they come out at this full moon. You better believe it. Their issues are really being revealed. Now, on this day, Mars is at the last degree of Aquarius. The last day it will be in Aquarius. And this has been a very difficult time period, because of course this has activated so much of what we're experiencing now in terms of war. Mars in Aquarius is difficult, let me put it that way, because it's aligned with Rahu. When it shifts, it will get a little softer, but not for long. There is so much that is going to be unveiled in this incredible month of April. But this full moon will bring to light so many things that have actually been hidden and we've been unaware of. This is good, this is powerful, this is healing for the world. So now I'm looking at April 2nd, which is a Thursday. And the moon is still in Virgo this day, but now it's in the nakshatra Chitra. And Chitra is the bright, shining one. It's actually a little harsher based on the fact that that nakshatra is ruled by Mars. Now we have Mars today. It has shifted into Pisces. So there's this shift going on. Mars is the planet we have to be careful of because it rules war and anger and violence. And with this shift, I guarantee you there will be a change in the war and our attitude towards what's going on in the war and dealing with violence, because this is what it's all about. But the moon is now started its waning phase, after the full moon, and this is a time to finish up old things. But while the moon is bright, it is time for you to finish up anything that you started, particularly 2 weeks ago, because this is the time you can bring things to a conclusion. This is really, really a good time for making things happen. I'll tell you another reason why. Mercury is now direct. It was retrograde last month in March, and there are no planets retrograde right now. So this is amazing in terms of getting things done and moving forward. And I even think things along the lines of the war, things will get done. No, we're not out of the water yet, but it's coming. Now let's go to the next day. I am looking at April 3rd. It's a Friday. And April 3rd is a day that you're going to find, well, on a Friday, things are easier because it's ruled by Venus. And Mars is now in Pisces. Venus is now in Aries, which makes love and romance a little bit more difficult. But let me tell you why for this day. Because Venus is actually in a perfect square with Pluto. And that means be careful of issues around betrayal. But another aspect that's going on today is the moon has shifted into Libra, and it is opposed Venus. So there's going to be all these issues around relationships and love, romance, working things out. But I don't like Pluto square to Venus. It can cause some issues. So lay low, don't cause any fights in your love relationships. Get those things worked out. And if you're looking for a relationship, this could be a time that things could happen. Just be careful that Pluto can deal with betrayals. So Mars is creeping up into Pisces, and things are about to change radically as we move on each day of this month. But the moon being in Libra will bring balance. It is in the nakshatra Swati, which deals with communications, lots of communications. It's all about trying to bring balance to the world, balance to our relationships, and heal our relationships. Now I'm looking at Saturday. This is April 4th, and on this day, the moon is still in Libra. It is still in Swati, but let me just say around, and I forgot to mention that I am doing this in Dallas, Texas, which means I am basing this on Central Time Zone, and we are on Daylight Savings Time. So adjust your clocks to where I am. But before noon, the moon will move into the nakshatra Vishaka. And Vishaka is the determined one. It means things will happen that are powerfully designed, something that you've been wanting, something you've been trying to achieve. This moon will make it happen because this is a strong moon. And the moon being in Libra is still about finding balance and peace and cooperation from other people. So remember, everything is moving direct now. No retrograde planets. So now we're looking at Sunday, April 5th, and we have the moon now in Scorpio, and later in the day, it will move into the nakshatra. Well, it's still in Vishaka half of the day. And the other half of the day, it will go into Anuradha around 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So Anuradha is a softer nakshatra. It deals with friendship. But I will say this, yes, it's a nice time to meet with people, but do be aware that Uranus is opposing the moon today, and this means unexpected events can happen this day that maybe you didn't plan on. So be ready for the unexpected today. Now the sun is in a perfect square with Jupiter, and this is actually empowering, and this can give us a sense of power. Now, I like that Jupiter is in Gemini, and it will be in Gemini till June 1st. It deals so much with our communications and getting through to people, trying to bring things together with people that we are disconnected with. This moon in Scorpio, though, for the next few days is rough. Why? Because the moon is debilitated in Scorpio. It doesn't like this sign. And being opposed Uranus will deal with disruption and discord. So take it easy while the moon is in Scorpio. Now I'm looking at Monday. This is April 6th, and on April 6th, we have Venus is actually in a perfect aspect, in a trinal aspect to Ketu. And this can bring old feelings of love and relationships, maybe old loves or people that you think of. You are just, this can come up in your mind, and maybe this can be a healing, understanding things about what went wrong in an old relationship, and or you might even find that you become in contact with somebody from the past in a relationship, and that would be very interesting. Yes, I like this. And not only that, the moon is still in Scorpio, so, take it easy. It's not a time to really go forward with things that are new because the moon is debilitated. But I will say, yeah, it's in a discordant relationship really to most of the planets today, especially Jupiter. But just be careful, be cognizant. The moon is in the nakshatra Anuradha most of the day, and it will change into Jyesta. Look out when it goes into Jyesta. This will be around 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time that the moon goes into the nakshatra Jyesta. What does that mean? Well, it means be careful of people that do not treat you well. They're jealous. This is a nakshatra that deals with jealousy and revenge. So be careful around this day, and don't you try to be revengeful on this day, because it will not get you the results that you like nor that you want. So that's the moon in Jyesta. And all the planets are a little bit discordant today. They're not operating clearly the way that we want. Now, yes, but realize people and things from the past, especially loves, can come back today. Now I'm looking at Tuesday. This is April 7th. And I do want you to be cautious. This can be a day of violence or dysfunction, because I'm looking at the moon. It is in Jyesta most all of the day, but it is what we call Gandanta, when it's in the last degrees of water and the early degrees of fire. This means that people are out of control, and this can be globally. People are out of control, and I don't like the moon when it's going Gandanta, because this represents the public, the minds of the people, the emotions, and things are violent today. It is not an easy day at all. Things have not shifted over. Mars is getting closer to Neptune, which means deception, deceit, denials. Be aware. This is a day to definitely lay low. We are in the waning phase of the moon, which means it's time to finish things up. So that really takes us through the first week of April. Things are building, things are heating up, because we do have one last big event this month. We will get there. It's going to be within the second and third week of April. So stay tuned, get with me, and we will see what the rest of this month is going to be all about. So remember, if you want to learn more about me in any way, you can always go to my website, galacticcenter.org. While you're there, don't forget to sign up for my free newsletter, and you will get all of my predictions delivered to your email address free every week. Thank you.